Good morning, guys. Today we are going to look at data tables and computerized financial modeling. But today we shall use an approach of question and answer. So we have in this question here, most of you guys have been sending it to me. And the question says, Kennedy, a mob study student, is considering getting a 5-year loan of 5 million from DTB, a bank to start a shoes making company, making business in Chikuvo. The current annual interest of DTB is 10%. Okay, then they say required construct a loan amortization schedule to help Kennedy on how much he will be paying the DBT bank annually for 5 years. So let us not waste time, let us just type into our Excel sheet and we shall summarize Kennedy information. Kennedy, and this is getting loan from DTB. Kennedy loan from DTB. Let me try to zoom in. So let me try so they can zoom in. It's trying to get a loan from DTB, and this loan they're telling us it is a loan of 5 million. 5 million. They are telling us that it's over a 5-year loan. So our period in years, yeah, it will be 5 years. Okay. They're also telling us that the interest rate of 10% is 10%. Okay. Now format the cell. I told you format the cell, you put it to regex, come to currency, let us remove the decimal points, come to character, press U until you reach regex. Okay, now what do you want in a loan amortization first? And if you get this thing is all about years, the amount of calculate in monthly because the current annual interest is this 5 years loan. So we are going to also calculate in years because they need asked us to work in months, but still possible you will get the same thing if you calculate and this and put it in months and also put this in months. But since we are having our interest and uh, the interest is also in years, it's advisable to also work in years in order to change the question. So we shall have our period and we also have our we shall have our PMT or the amount paid PMT. We shall have our interest. We shall have our accumulated interest. We shall have our principal. We shall have our accumulated principal. And finally net book value. Okay. Remember in every loan amortization schedule you will have these. You will have these headings. So remember, we're in years. Period, don't forget, we are in years. Okay, and then we shall have the period from 0, 1 to the years we are having, which are 5 years. At the same time, we shall have one net book value equals to the current loan value. Okay, remember, at 0 years we only have the net book value. We're not calculating all these parts. Now we shall first calculate our PMT. Okay, which is our PMT will equal to, we have an inbuilt formula of PMT, and also take the rate, the need the rate, we can fix it. But in this say, you can also leave it unfixed because it doesn't matter. We're having our NPA in years, don't forget. We shall have our payment value, which will be a negative PV. I told you in loan amortization, always put this as a negative because the amount must be reducing. Okay, we shall autofill this, but we shall need to format our cells and put them in UGX. So you come here, you press UGX. You can also remove the small places. Okay, we shall have our interest, and I showed you for PMT. Remember the formula we used. Let me put it here. We said equals to PMT. Okay, then for the interest, we have an inbuilt Excel formula which is equals to IPMT. Okay, we shall say equals to IPMT. This they need the rate, our rate for the year. Okay, they will need the PAR. PAR is the payment period, is the period we are giving. For this we are not fixing it, we are not locking it. We shall have the NPAR, and this is fixed. We shall also have the payment value, which must be negative, and this must also be fixed. The only thing we don't fix here is the period, but because for each changes it varies. Okay, then we shall autofill, but we also need to format these cells. Go to UGX, just press U, small point, put 0, and you shall have the accumulated interest. Accumulated interest is just an addition of the interest that has been accumulating, and we can get this by the sum of the interest. Just press here and put a semicolon, and you just fix only one of the two. Press F4, press enter, then we shall just autofill this. We shall also have the principal. The principal is having also an inbuilt Excel formula, which is equals to PPMT. PPMT. Okay, equals to PPMT, the principal. We're asking us the rate, which needs to be fixed. You're asking us the PAR, which is the payment period. For this one, we don't fix it, make sure it's not fixed. Then comma, we shall have the NPAR, payment period of the loan, and this is fixed because it does not change. We can also have the payment value, which must be a negative, which is 5 million. We fix this because also does not change. And close. Close this. What's it missing? The rate. They need the rate, which is this. Comma. We shall need the par, which is the payment period. We shall need the end bar. Also fix this. We shall need the payment value, which is a negative one. We also fix it. Press enter. Press here to autofill. Autofill. See, can also format the cells to UGX. Small points to 0. And have that accumulated. Interest just summing up. Accumulated principal summing up the previous one to this and fix one of them. Press F4. You fix one of them, not all. Don't forget to uncheck this. We shall autofill this. All is accumulated principal will be equal to the loan amount, don't forget. And we shall get the net book value of per year. We shall get the one for previous year. We fix it and we say minus the existing one. Press enter. Let's charge my laptop. Now we shall click here to autofill this also. And the last amount must be 0 for the last year. So we shall put this in all borders. Now, if you go back to the question was asking us to will be paying for an annual of 5 years. And then question B was asking, determine the total amount that Kennedy would have paid to DTB by the end of the 5th year. Would have paid to DTB. Remember this loan amortization for DTB. Loan DTB. Now, then for question B, we say Kennedy would have paid then this one will equal to the sum. Here you can only get the all the amount, you get the sum value, you just get the sum value of the payment period of the 5 years to give you the correct answer. So this is the amount Kennedy would have paid at the end of the 5 years. Okay, we get it as the sum of the payment of the PMT. Now, going to the next question, it says, using data tables help Kennedy to determine the annual payment of different banks if you were offering the different loan amounts 5 million, 10 million, and 20, varying interest of 10, 15, and 20% respectively. So we shall first create a new table here. Name the data table, of course, it must be a data table. We want to know if Kennedy was paying that. So I think we shall say that here we shall have the loan amount, and also have loan amount. Here we shall have the interest. Now the loan amount, let's first leave this table blank and we'll fill in the loan amounts we have in here. The first loan amount is 5 million. The second one, they are telling us that it is 10 million. And third one, they are telling us that it is 20 million. Okay, then let's start check the different interest rates. We have in 10, 15, 20, 10%, having 15%, and also 10%, 15%, 20%. Okay, now here in this space that we left here, let's put our calculated PMT of the previous years. So first in data tables, this is a simple thing. First, put this in a table format. Okay, but you shall vary this. Let's put it in a color that put in a color that varies. You just assuming that the color is there, all the words are there, but not. Let's put them in faint. So in the question, do not put it. Me, I'm putting it here to show you where everything comes from. But in the question, I think you will not. You just make it faint, like real faint. Okay. So we shall select the whole of this. And we go to press the data tab and press the data tab and go to we go to the what if analysis, which is here. We go to the what if analysis and we go to data tables. Now the row input cells, they differ. So the first row input cells always just put there, just put what they need, and I think in this form they will need the interest, which is this, and so the column input cells, the column which is this, they will need the amount from the loan of DTB. Press enter. You come back when it has auto filled. Okay, because you have to get on this. Let me first clear content. Let first show you how we did this. The first thing you do, you select from this the column where we put our previous PMT and highlight all. After highlighting all, you go to data, press what if analysis. You go to data tables. So here they ask you the row input cells. The row input cells will be the one that's having the interest rate, which is this. This means row. You're seeing here from 19 going to this side. It means row. And what is in the row? We're having our interest rate. You come here, you pick our interest rate. Then you come in the column input cells. Column means this. You're seeing B, C, D, E, and you come, you see what is in our columns. We only have the amount, loan amount. You come, you put in our loan amount, which is here. You press OK. It will autofill. So you format the cells, put them to UGX, counting, currency, put them to UGX. So that's how simple that number was. Um, Thank you for doing as with number. You're seeing guys the way the numbers are easy. You can just grab marks from these numbers. Now that had 10 marks, finding the other certain amount had 5 marks, and the question total to give you the 25 marks. Just simple like that. Kindly just follow up the same steps that we have used, okay, to have the number done. Do more numbers, we shall pass. Together, we shall pass. Thank you guys.